sometimes I want personal readings though that are pre-recorded and they're a decent amount of time. I think you get more for your money when you do that, and it gives you more answers. So I can also do a personal reading. It'll be about 20 minutes for £18. It's up to you, isn't it? Sometimes you feel like you need that, sometimes you don't. Let's give these cards a shuffle, actually. I tell you what is a scam, is the extended readings. I've paid for one of them and it didn't tell me anything that they didn't tell me in the original reading. So I won't be doing that again. They just stay on the, like, you know, they keep the video going and do the narrative for a bit longer, and then they're charging each person to watch it, and it's like, you don't learn anything new about your situation, but you've already paid, haven't you? So I think that's a scam, that. Don't pay for the extendeds, it's pointless. They can't tell you anything they haven't already told you. The personal readings were bob on when I've bought them off people. Absolutely spot on. Okay, spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Scorpio's highest good. How is Scorpio feeling in this final week of April 2025 with regards to one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for Scorpio's feelings, please. The High Priestess reversed. So the High Priestess upright is when you feel like you're able to trust, have faith, you know that everything is for a reason, it's all going to work out. You feel connected to your spirituality, you trust your gut and the decisions that you make. When it's reversed, it's feeling disconnected from your spirituality, it's feeling a lack of faith. Okay, we've got the 6 of Wands and the King of Swords. So, I mean, we've got victory and success. We've got recognition with this 6 of Wands. The King of Swords is someone that believes in logic, in science, in intelligence. They're a strategist. They're not leaving things up to chance or fate or the divine. They're making their own success. So you might be in a very left, logical, cerebral kind of state of mind. I feel like things are only going to happen if you make it happen, and you've done pretty good with that so far. Right, this one came out and then it spun around. It's the 8 of Swords reversed, which is a positive reversal to get. When the 8 of Swords is upright, it's someone who is, you know, feeling stuck, feeling like there's no way out. It's a mental imprisonment, okay, but this is getting free from that. So I feel like through logic and strategy, you've got your way out of stuff, and that's served you well. and you're feeling quite accomplished. You feel in control. I don't know if you're dealing with anyone though, because you're not showing... Actually, the King of Swords, so you're showing up as a court card. You could just have responsibilities. You could be a homeowner, have a high-powered job. You could have children. Let's see what comes out for the one that's on your mind. Okay, let's read from the back. We've got the Four of Swords reversed, so being incredibly restless, not wanting to be still or calm. You know, feeling like we need to take action, or it's disaster. The Two of Swords is closing off to making a decision. The Two of Swords in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, they're blindfolded and they've got their swords crossed. Their body language is very closed. You know, they're burying their head in the sands when it comes to making a decision. The Six of Swords is moving on, leaving the past behind us. The Star reversed is being unhealed, though. It's a lack of wish fulfillment. So what a mixed up energy. It's very like scattered energy, that, isn't it? It's like, I haven't got what I want, I'm unhealed, but I'm going to move on. But I don't know what choice to make, and I can't sit still until this is dealt with. So it's like a really scatty energy. The Star is the major arcana for Aquarius. They could be an Aquarian, but they don't have to be. They could have Aquarius placements. Right, we've got the Two of Cups reversed. So that is the beginning of a relationship when one person has feelings but the other doesn't. If the Two of Cups was upright, each person would be offering the other a cup of emotion, a cup of love, and two's the start of a cycle, it's the start of a chapter. It's beginnings, but when it's reversed, one person has a cup of emotion and the other doesn't. It's unrequited, you know, feelings. Right, we've got the Moon reversed, major for Pisces. We've got the Lovers upright, major for Gemini. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Ace of Wands reversed. The Lovers upright is a nice card on its own because it's two people who are divine counterparts, the soulmates. They are really, really in love and they're supposed to be together, they're soulmates. Each person, you know, is in love, they feel the same. The Moon card is the major arcana for Pisces. When it's upright, it's about being afraid of the dark but walking forwards anyway. Things are not illuminated in the dark. There's secrets, there's stuff that's unknown, or just fear of what we don't know yet. And in the story of the major arcana, the Fool realizes that he must walk forwards anyway. You know, progress must be made even despite fear. It's a card of emotion. It's the major for Pisces, which is water and emotion. The Ace of Wands reversed is a lack of a rebirth. If that was upright, it would be the start of a new chapter with the same person. It would be a rebirth. It's a seed, you know, with a wand growing out of it. Look at all the emotion at the bottom. You've got all the air. You've got the birds coming up like a resurrection, like a phoenix rising from the ashes. That's reversed. So there's lack of rebirth. This person's too afraid, and it's to do with a soulmate. We've got the Knight of Cups. Were these upright or were they reversed? The Knight of Cups reversed is someone that is not willing to express emotion. They're not willing to travel towards someone quite new and express feelings. They're not going to do that. The Queen of Pentacles, when she's upright, is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. She's a solid provider. Pentacles represent coins. They represent money, time and energy. This is a person whose love language is to gift. It's to buy things for people. She's good at making money. She's good at spending money. She's materialistic. So if she loves someone or cares about them, she will like to gift them things as much as she likes to buy things for herself. She enjoys to buy things for others. So this could be male or female. Okay, queens and kings are just masculine and feminine energy, and we all have both of that. Both of those, sorry. With it being, I don't know if it was reversed or not. I feel like it wasn't. There was definitely some upright cards, but I know Gemini was upright. I know that I think they were reversed, but we've got a king and a queen, so I do think that you two are involved. They've got some unhappy, restless emotions, and they're unhealed, but they're trying to move forwards. They feel like you didn't feel the same as them, and there's not going to be a rebirth with this soulmate connection. They're in a place of lack and feeling less than generous. On the other side, you're the King of Swords. You're going left logical. You're not thinking with your heart. You're thinking with your mind. And you're free of any like mental entrapment or stuckness that you're in. Okay, so it seems like a separation where one person wants to separate, i.e. you, and they don't want to, but they got no choice. Let's get 3 for the outcome. We've got the Death card reversed. A major arcana. This is unfinished business. Okay, we're unable to leave the past in the past and start a new cycle. The 8 of Wands is fast action, progress, fast communication. And it's in combination with the 3 of Pentacles, cooperation, the Ace of Swords, some sort of secret or lack of clarity, Page of Pentacles, investment, 5 of Wands reversed, not wanting to have conflict, okay, avoiding conflict. 9 of Pentacles reversed, wanting to be together, not wanting to be single. 10 of Cups, a focus on a family, what's best for everyone being harmonious, happy in a family dynamic. The Chariot, major arcana for Cancer, and the Devil, major arcana for Capricorn. I've never seen so many major arcana in a reading before. This is insane. The Chariot, it's about movement, it's being determined to have victory, it's travelling, it's making progress. The Devil is being codependent or obsessive about something. If it's reversed, we're getting free from codependency, free from the devil. When it's upright, it's like, I'm really obsessed with this situation, or I have to have this particular outcome. We're thinking about the family, we're thinking about reinvesting, we're thinking about cooperating, we're thinking about victory. This is in the outcome, and the 8 of Wands, It's fast action, fast progress, fast communication. It's action more than anything, because one's action. And the death card is like, it isn't over. What did I have to eat? I had toasted pita breads with hummus, black olives, baba ganoush, there was something else, tzatziki, dips, basically. Dips and olives and pita bread. And it was good. That's completely distracted me now. It's completely distracted me, like, what was I doing? It's really unprofessional. Right. Let's get clarification over your person's feelings. No pudding, because it was like a late lunch, so I'll be having my dinner in a couple of hours. I do like sweet stuff though. The Joker, it's all just a game to them, insincere and just having fun. You feel like this person, not you feel like, they feel like this relationship was like not taken seriously by you. This marriage was not taken seriously. It was insincere, but just because that's someone's feelings doesn't mean that's the reality. They could be oversensitive, they could be someone that has, you know, like issues. It's their perception. Love's disguise. Go beyond superficial looks and see who they truly are. Wow, they think you're superficial. Soulful synergy. Vulnerability weaves hearts in a dance of harmony, unity, and flow. Emptiness echoes. In absence, fill the lonely spaces, yearning for a comforting presence. They feel really, you see, that's the Two of Cups reversed. Well, it's always good to communicate, but sometimes people don't speak to us, Robert. So if they're in no contact, or people communicate but they're not comfortable to really say how they feel, 100%. I do that all the time. I think all kinds of stuff, and then I'll say one snippet of what I'm thinking. So it's always best to communicate face to face, but sometimes people don't give us that opportunity, or they convey parts of their feelings and not all of them. It's just how humans are. We've got reservations, we've got inhibitions, we've got, you know, we inhibit ourselves because it's scary, or we don't want to hurt the other person. We're afraid of things escalating. It feels like this person just truly believes that you, Scorpio, aren't in love with them anymore. But what I see in the outcome is two people that decide to stay together. So I do see a lot of potential for healing here. And it seems to be that you've got children, or, you know, a home, lots of assets together, and a lot of success together. You're going to cooperate anyway. You're going to be cooperative. And there's going to be, even if you were from different abodes, but you continue to co-parent, it's going to be a positive situation. Okay, it's not going to be acrimonious. There's not going to be like wars, fights, grudges, and none of that. Let's get a confession from them. I feel jealous when I think about you with others. Okay, they don't want you to be with anyone else. Like, there's a lot of emotion here. They just want to know that it's mutual. Moving. Change of residence, moving in with your partner. Yeah, so they may feel like, you know, they need to move out of the home. They may have suggested that nobody wants to live in a household where they feel unwanted. It's awkward and lonely. So perhaps they suggested that, and then, or they will, and that's what brings us, you know, to this like situation. Or perhaps they will move out because we had the Six of Swords. Maybe they'll move back in, or they'll move out but you'll co-parent and actually, you know, be able to have a nice relationship from separate abodes. Girl with a snake, empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enable boundaries. Ooh. That suggests like an imbalance of power, some manipulation going on. I wasn't expecting that. I'm just having another assessment of the cards to see if I've missed anything, or... I mean, we all manipulate to a certain degree, but for it to say girl with a snake is like someone being a little bit naughty or controlling or devious here. Love's disguise, go beyond superficial looks and see who they truly are. Feel like, to be honest, they might perceive this to be, you know, that they're a victim and you're narcissistic, because you've got the Six of Wands, which is like the enjoyment of recognition, being noticed, being celebrated. You've got that with the King of Swords, which is a very logical person. He's very much intelligent but serving of the community. Their love language is to do acts of service for the community, which means they spread themselves around very thinly. We've got the High Priestess turned off. You may have just like been a bit cold towards them, and it's made them very jealous, because you might be someone that's attractive, you might be someone that enjoys attention from others, whether that's friends, co-workers, whoever. You might be really popular, well thought of, you know, socialising a lot, being out in the community, doing a lot of things for other people, and they might just feel like really neglected, you know, and think, well, you love yourself. Again, that could be their perception. I mean, we all have elements of narcissism, but to be a full narcissist, you are like a pathological liar. You have zero boundaries, anything goes. You tend to be in and out of prison, you know. It's not full narcissism. It's just we can all be narcissistic at times. Let's see what comes out of this. This is quite good sometimes. Hideaway. Make time to be with your person. Create your own special hideaway. Maybe that's it. Maybe they just need to feel special. Maybe there's going to be a full rebirth here. Let's get messages from them. Oops. I'm in so much pain. That's what we got over the star reverse, which is being unhealed and trying to walk away, trying to blindfold themselves. I'm obsessed with your body. Maybe they like you for what you look like. Maybe they're narcissistic as well. No. We've got no with, like fear, like the Pisces card reversed, the Moon card reversed, Ace of Wands, Queen of Pentacles reversed, Knight of Cups reversed. They're trying to withdraw, emotionally and financially withdraw. I'm too afraid to talk to you with the Death card. Do you like tarot though, Robert, or are you saying that it's like not a good thing? The Ace of Swords. Okay, so that's a major revelation. The truth, a major confession. And that's what we've got over the Ace of Wands. I think they move out, or they say they're going to move out, and then this gets a rebirth. I mean, you could view that as manipulation, but really they're just calling you bluff to say, like, do you actually care? I don't want to lose you. Seek professional advice. That's what we got over the Devil, the Chariot, the Nine of Pentacles reversed, the Five of Wands reversed. So that's about mediation. That's about getting a couples therapist or a marriage counsellor, and it's about opening up and working through your issues and coming together. So that's quite positive, really. That's in the outcome. Seek professional advice. I don't want to lose you. It's about, you know, working together, cooperating, opening up. But having a mediator is important. When you try to do that without a third person there, and it has to be someone who's professional and neutral, they are able to watch the words that are being said by one person to another and vice versa, and observe where communication's going wrong. And they're able to reword things and reframe it to what you actually are trying to say to your person, so that they receive it in the way that you meant. Okay, because word choice makes a big difference, and we misinterpret each other all the time, and it's worse on text and it's even worse on email. When you're face to face, you can still misrepresent yourself or articulate things in a way that doesn't get to your person the way you wanted it to be received. Okay, so that's why it's important to have mediation if you to have like productive conversation. Okay, let's get some advice. What should Scorpio do? If this is resonating for Scorpio, what should they do? What's your advice? Patience. The tide will come in when it's ready, okay? So this is going to sort itself out with some patience, okay? It's not going to be fixed overnight. It might take a few weeks or a few months of counselling. But it seems like the two of you need time together, or you might need to involve a professional so you can properly get everything, you know, out and aerated and sorted. Changes. That's really interesting, isn't it? That makeup of the universe, that sacred geometry, has no beginning and no end normally. But it's like everything's kind of atomizing, like being split up and taken out and rearranged. I love that. That's cool. It's the evolution of this marriage. Feed your artists, get creative. When you've been left logical for a really long time, you kind of lose your creativity, and then you start doing one creative project and then you do another one. And the more you surround yourself with creative materials and the more you just let yourself enjoy, the more better, that's really bad grammar. The more natural and the better you become at problem solving, because you're not just following the same rigid routines or straight lines. You're thinking outside the box, you know, you're trying different stuff together, even if there's reasons why it wouldn't work. You're just trying it, you know, and you start seeing things from whole other perspectives, and it's like it builds momentum. Yeah, that's how I explain my messy room to my parents. Let's get one more. Belief. I believe in myself, the beauty of life and the goodness of God. Thus, I have the power to fulfill my dreams. The will of the Almighty supports me. My life is showered in divine light, and my heart opens the power of the universe. That's the crown chakra opening up there. In God's hands. My trust in life is implicit. God's greater knowing and greatest love guides my heart and my choices. My faith is steady and I remain true to my light. Everything unfolds according to God's will. That's really nice. Okay, so all of this was already written. It was already supposed to happen. It's a love that's enduring. It's a love that's going to be worked on. It's going to evolve. You know, it's like when you actively choose a tower moment and you carefully select out the bricks and the mortar that you want to use to rebuild and make a better tower, like an ivory tower with diamonds in it, you know, like the next chapter is going to be so much better. Okay, so that's a really nice positive reading out of what seemed like a dark situation for you, Scorpio. If you liked it, if it resonated, or you think it could help someone that you know, please share the channel. Please give it a like, please follow, subscribe, and we'll move on to Sagittarius.